Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think you'll have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. And when you come around, and it feels so right, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Where is Cody?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Come right on in, you guys. Today is August the 28th, 2023. Thank you guys for showing up. We're going to talk about the Breesia or Breasia Terrell case. She came up missing July the 10th, you guys, in 2020. July the 10th, she came up missing. I don't know if she was just missing, like, that's the story that Henry Dinkins said. So let me run it back to some of you guys that ain't been here, that don't know what we're talking about today. We're going to talk about this little girl. She was 10 years old. So she has a brother, and his name is Detorius. And Detorius has a father. They're brother and sister. Detorius and Breasia is brother and sister, but they do not have the same father. So the mother of these children, they have the same mother, but they do not have the same father. Okay? I need you guys to understand that haven't been in here, that don't know what's going on. So you can enjoy in the conversation if you want. So one day the mother ran into the father somewhere at a store, and they exchanged numbers. And this was like maybe a week prior to this incident that happened. So she was like, hey, you need to spend some time with your son. The son was like, yeah, hey, Dad. Yeah, I want to go with you. I want to be around you. I'm little Dink. They call me Dink, D-I-N-K. Because remember Henry's last name, which is the father, Henry His last name is Dinkins. So they call DL Little Dink or just Dink, D-I-N-K. So don't get it twisted when you say Dink, because when you're saying Dink, you're talking about the son, not the father. Dinkins is the father. So when you say Dink, you're talking about the son. So anyway, he was like, yeah, sure. I'll come by, grab him up one day or whatever, spend some time with him. And, you know, the funny thing about this whole entire case, you guys, I don't really understand, because the mother knew that he was a pedophile. The whole entire time, the mother knew this. And, you know, if the mother knew, the grandmother knew. All these adults act like they ain't just, I mean, I'm not faulting the mother, but you know that this man been to prison and you know, for mishandling and raping a 5-year-old. Even though you got a child by him, you need to step up and be like, oh no, you cannot, you know, you're not paying child support. I don't care if you don't see the kid. Everybody want the kid to have a father. You know that this man was a pedophile before you got pregnant with the child. Then you get the kid. He still ain't doing what he's supposed to do, and he was staying away. You should have let him stay away. But no. I'm going to tell you who's all at fault here. Mom is at fault. Grandmother's at fault. Girlfriend's at fault. Henry's at fault. All the adults is at fault here. I'm just keeping it real. I can't say nothing about the son because he's 8 years old and he wants justice for his sister. So hey, I did catch him in some things that it didn't add up. I said it didn't add up and it still don't add up. It just, he's a kid. I'm gonna give him one for that. He's a kid. And I love him because he knows now. Can't nobody tell him no lie that his daddy didn't do this. He knows. But every last one of these adults is terrible. They're horrible. I'm glad, sometimes you think your parents was bad or was not as good or as smart or brilliant or didn't do but you know what? I thank God that I had the parents that I had, because any one of these right here, I would have been done for. They just handed this child to this monster just like it was candy at Halloween. Okay, because check it out. Okay, I want to tell you guys this. So the mother knew that he was a pedophile, and she set up, and I'm not getting down on the mother. I'm just saying. Some people are going to get mad at me. But you know what? If you don't tell people where they're wrong, they're going to continue to do mess. I remember this young lady down there in Birmingham. She was like, only thing she did is got comfortable. No, honey, you don't take a kid, drop them off in the middle of crack alley and run down the street so you can get your coochie scratched. No, in the middle of the night, the baby came up missing because nobody was watching the kid. You remember this kid? I'm sure you guys understand and know what I'm talking about. So you didn't just get comfortable. You pretty much, you are the fault. That I'm just saying. Some people be like, that's a mama and she didn't Okay, get mad all you want, but I'm going to tell you where you messed up. You do not drop kids off in the middle of nowhere in front of crack alley and the baby was 3 years old. Come on now. Get mad at me all you want. I'm not dropping my kid in the middle of crack alley. And I know for a fact you can get mad all you want. That's what's wrong with this society now. They want to sit there and say, oh, SV, you're being so mean. Why you say that? And I like her. And she's one of us. And that's a sister. And you know better. You know better. First of all, before you get mad at everybody else because you want everybody else to watch your kid, go take your kid home, change your kid, the kid come back out, you still know where to be around. The kid get lost. You're still nowhere to be around. When it's time to call 911, you're still not around. And you know what? Here's the thing. And then you sit there and say, these monsters. Okay. So anyway, let's get back to Breasia, because I can go on and on and on, and some people be in here and be like, I'm not coming back. I don't care. Because, when you don't tell someone where they went wrong, they know for a fact they did. They know. They had no business dropping this kid off, letting this kid, not only did they let DL go with his dad, so Henry goes over to Nana's house to go pick up DL, and all the kids wants to go with Henry because he got snacks. That's what I heard today. He had snacks. How do they know he has snacks? This is your first time going over there. How do they know he got snacks? That surprised me today. The kids was, they like it because they got snacks. But how did you know he had snacks? You never been over to his house before. So something ain't adding right. And all I want to go, like they know him. There's no way in the world I'm going to let my daughter go with somebody. You don't even know my kid. I don't care if you're my other kid's father. You keep your tail at home. No, the grandmother told him to, Breasia can't go. Breasia went anyway. There's something I want to share with you guys. Because it was just weird. And we're going to talk a little bit, but I'm going to give you my commentary real quick. So anyway, they dropped. So he didn't want all 3 kids. He just wanted 2. He wanted the 2 youngest one. He wanted his son and he wanted that girl. Now, something else came into the testimony today that DL had said prior, because they was showing his recording of the interview. He said that the girl was in the back room with Henry while he was on the couch playing the game. And he was a little bit upset because he wasn't playing the game with him. He didn't want to play the game with you. You not no girl. He wanted to play a game with the girl. But I'm going to share something with you, because I know some of you guys are not keeping up with it. And yeah, I'm the same way, you guys. It's a long process of every day getting in there. I'm tired. I'm drained. I've worked 13 straight days in a row, no days off. And yeah, this will be my 10th day today. This will be my 11th day today working straight. So yeah, I'm a little tired. But anyways, so Breasia goes with him anyway. What did we hear early today also? So they get to the house. He's playing games, in the living room. Breasia's in the bedroom with his dad. And then they go to bed, whatever. Okay. I'm going to put some times on some things, add it up, write it down, because I'm sure you're going to have questions like I have questions. First of all, the first testimony that came to my head was the girlfriend did come on and say that she seen them between 3 and 3:30 outside the car, outside. She seen the little girl, Breasia, outside the car in the parking lot. That's what she said, 3 o'clock, 3:30. But she didn't want to put a time limit on, but she know, it was 3 o'clock, 3:30. That's what the girl said. That's what his girlfriend said. Now, remember, DL says that he seen his father shoot Breasia, but he didn't want to talk about it. He said he don't want to talk about it. And I'm like, okay, now put that and put some parentheses around it, because I want you guys to know he's a kid. We're not going to jump on this kid now. We're just not going to do it, because kids is trying to fill in the blank. Kids is trying to see where they lied or where they forgot or they didn't help. And they hear people talking and they trying to add it together and put the puzzle together. So just remember, that's what he said, though. And so I had a problem with that. I was like, I remember looking at Henry's face, and he looking at his attorney like he lying. And I kind of thought to myself, out of everything, when they showing this baby skull where the bullet done went in, the interior and went out the posterior and all this other stuff, Henry didn't even move. He didn't even shed a tear. He looked like, yeah, that's right. Now, remember, there was a driver. This guy was supposed to have this tow truck. He getting ready to go to work, right? He getting ready to go to work. He said he got to be at work at 5, so it was between 4:30. He coming down the road, and there's this big black guy, and he wasn't fat, but he wasn't sloppy, but he smelled good, and he was stuck in, and he was driving this purple Impala. And, I seen this purple Impala. This purple Impala ain't nothing. I thought it was like one of those gangster lean cars. It ain't nothing but a family-looking freaking car. And the color purple is really like a burgundy, okay? It's really not purple. It's a burgundy. That's what I see. And if anybody got anything else, say, I went and looked. It's like a burgundy car. It's one of those cars where, like you may pay $200-$300 for it, okay? I'm just telling you the truth. It is what it is. Now, the black car, that right there was, that's something. That's something. But remember, Henry didn't want to take all 3 kids with him because he ain't got no room. Here's the thing. Guess what? It's got a front seat just like any other car, and it's got a full back seat just like any other freaking car. Why you can't take 3 kids and you're the driver, I do not know. I can actually put maybe about 6 kids up in that car, and they will be sitting on the seat. Now, I'm not going to say it's safe, but it's doable. So why you can't take 3 and they have their own seat? Henry was already putting in his mind what he wanted to do and how he wanted to do it. And I tell you what, right now, he already knew if he took this older boy, he wouldn't have access to this girl. So he already put it in his head, if he can get close to her, he's going to manipulate the 2 people, which is the son and his girlfriend, and he gonna get some of this little girl. He's already masterminding it in his head, how sweet it could be. He can handle these 2, but he don't know about this older boy. So no, you can't come with me. And he took him over to his house. He took him over to not his house, but his girlfriend that he's living with. Now, remember, he still got an RV, which is a trailer, okay? It's just a mobile home. It ain't really no big deal. But he still got, he got a trailer over there that, like if he wanted to get down or something, he take his girls over there. He ain't gonna take them to his woman's house, which he don't even claim her. He acting like he already knows she messed up. Her face all jacked up, she got no, brains. He already know that. When she came to the door, I'm talking about, is it okay? Did he say it's okay? A person like that will get you in the world of trouble. She was still trying to help him though. She said, I seen Breasia, it was 3:30. That ain't strange to you that this big grown man come in your house and take the kid out and you act like you didn't even know it. But you did know it. You did know it. Now, DL had testified, if you didn't hear today, but on July the 10th, this is when it was recorded that evening or that day, basically. I wouldn't say evening, that day. He didn't testify, but he basically had an interview, said that he seen his sister go down the stairs with his father. And it was daylight. So the woman that was questioning him said, are you sure it's daylight? And he's like, yeah, it was daylight. It was daylight. And so she was like, okay, well, let's see, when did the sun rise? So she gets on her phone and she says, okay, it was like 5:35 to 5:37, 5:38. One of the 3. It's just a minute off, okay? I didn't write it down in my notes, but I'm just telling you because that's what it is. And so the sun rises at 5:38, 37, 38. Now, remember there was this guy that said that he towed a car out. And he remembered it was a burgundy or purple Impala. And it was this big black man, and he was stuck. And remember, he told him he's sitting back in interrogation, or the interviewing room with his hands behind his head. He's so comfortable, and he's sitting there like, this is cheesy peasy. I'm going somewhere with this. You guys better listen. You better listen, because this is good. Okay? You're gonna thank me for this. You may be the only ones that's gonna catch it to get it. But like I said, sometimes you gotta listen. The Lord sometimes tell us to listen. Be still. He's sitting in the interrogation room with his hands behind his head. Like this is a day in the park. And he's explaining to him, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be at work at 5. So it had to be between 4:30. I was going down the road. This guy comes out and say, hey, I'm stuck. I help him out the ditch. He tries to give me $100. I heard $100 at least 18 times today. I'm tired of hearing about this $100. And I'm going to tell you something. Put that in your pocket too. Because I just want to talk a little bit. But anyway, he says how clean this guy is and how good he smells. And how clean his car is. But his fingerprints is going to be on the back of his car. And on the chain. Okay? Come on. But he pulls the guy out the ditch. Because remember, it had rain. Because remember, the mom said when she was coming home, she got caught in the rain. So anyway, God is good. See, sometimes people be like, the rain, it stopped her. The rain stopped Henry, where now he was caught at that place. It stopped the mom from going home too. He could have just then did it. Or was, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, you guys. I'm just saying. The little boy said it was morning. This guy says he's on his way to work. It's still dark. Because remember, the sun don't come up until 5:38. That's a fact. So it's dark. But this man stops, pick up this black guy, say, hey, I'm going to help you get your car out. I mean, now I'm going to tell you something, because I'm just saying, if in the middle of the night on a dark road, you see this black man waving you down. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. And you're on your way to work or whatever, I don't believe you're going to stop. I'm just saying. But anyway, if you guys want to believe that, you can believe it. I don't. How the guy was doing his interview, he was too relaxed. He had his hands folded up behind his head. I don't believe it for one bit. I believe he might be a part of that whole equation. I just do. I'm just saying he might. Because remember, Henry said when he was in jail, one of his cellies turned around and said, he was saying that his mama was trafficking the little girl. They're going to never find her. That's what he said. They're going to never find her. But this got something to do with his mama, because the mama's trafficking the girl. I don't know. I know people say maybe he was a drug pusher. Maybe he sold the girl, and that's why he had hundreds in his pocket. And you know who likes little black girls? Come on. I know. I just stuck my foot in my mouth. But anyway, nevertheless, this man was 48. Brinkley, whatever his name is, Brinkley, whatever. His name, anyway, he said that you're going to find his fingerprint on the back of his car because he had to pull him out the ditch. Now, DL says that his father said he had to pay this fisherman to help to go fishing with them. He had to pay him $100. Now, here's the thing. It's 5 o'clock, so the sun ain't up yet. It's dark. He picks up this black man, help him push him out and everything. And then somehow somebody tells him to go and say something to the police to I helped this black man. Can't tell you what he looked like. He was huge and da-da-da-da-da and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that guy, the truck driver, come on, you guys, come on. Share the live. We were doing some investigating and looking up some stuff because, see, they had to share his testimony by a recording because Brinkley is dead, right? So I'm like, wow, that's terrible that Brinks died. So when did Brinks die? Now this is gonna knock your socks off. Brinks died June 2023, right before this trial. That's kind of weird. And you know what he died from, you guys? Come on, because I had one of my researchers research, and they came back and they told me, they said he died of a heart attack. I said, oh wow, that's kind of strange. He died of a heart attack. And then you remember he was going to work. So how old was this Brinks that died of a heart attack? You would think Brinks was going to be what? 50, 60, 70 years old. He was 48. 48 years old and died of a heart attack right before this trial. That's kind of strange to me. Hey, when I looked at when he was doing that interview with his hands crossed behind his head, and he was asking them all those kind of questions, like, what are you going to do with my phone? And don't be looking at everything else. And, oh, you can see where I've been. He was asking questions like he done stole something. I'm just saying, because I don't think Henry knew how they were trying to put everything together. And he knew his kid was, they was going to say little stuff. You know what Henry had told his son? Quit talking. Quit saying stuff. Anyway, something else DL said. That's all I'm going to say about Brinks right now. That's just something, like I said, we still want to get this monster off, but I'm just telling you the truth. You know, you guys, my researcher, when I called her, because I knew she was paying attention to this, and they had went on intermission, I woke up out of a deep sleep, and I got to hearing some stuff. And she said she was crying. She was crying. She was crying when I called her. It was just too much, So anyway, because, when you pay attention to these things, I don't think he cried. I don't think he died of a broken heart. It could be somebody manipulated the heart attack into a heart attack or something. If you give the people the right medication, they can have a heart attack. There's a lot of things that when you go to trial, you don't get to hear because they got no proof. They can't say that. I'm just saying. That's why I say all the time, I don't want to be on nobody's jury because you're only going to want me to hear what you want me to hear. And that may not be irrelevant to you, but if that's something that you guys are looking into or you got no evidence, I still would want to know, right? Anyway. Oh, I done spelled Breasia's name wrong. Lord help me. I see on Soldier Girl's thing, I done spelled her name wrong. Well, whatever. Okay. I just woke up and then I had to rush and pay bills, and that was hard. Hey, Natasha, how you doing? I see you in the building. I wish you was here when we was giving away everything in the Christmas July. I think your name came up twice, but you wasn't here. Hello. Anyway, you guys, let me open up the open panel for you guys. and give you the thing. You can call in, or you can let's see here. You can call in and or you can come up on the panel. If you come up on the panel, that's 2 points for you. And if you call in, it's just one. You ain't got to show your face. But the panel is now open. My 30 minutes of commentary is over. I just try to get it in as fast as I can, you guys. I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. I wanted to share what I was thinking. Now, I may be wrong, but that's my thing. I'm like, this man just happened to die at the age of 48, right in June, and they started court, what, July? And where's little Vince? Why we ain't seen little Vince? Why? And I think the prosecutor has arrested today. I think that's their last witness. Where's little Vince at? Nobody gonna call little Vince. I think we should have heard from little Vince. Hey, this is SP.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, nothing's going on but the rent. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing better. I'm doing much better. I just want to put it to you and let you know that you have a wonderful spirit in you because your spirit lets you see and hear and break things down the way that they are. And in the chat, we also have some premium warriors and beautiful people. And I just want you to know that because I don't know when the light might go out here. But we kind of in the middle of a little storm.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate you seeing that. And I thank you for the compliment. I think everybody in here thanks you for the compliment too. Freddie, you know what? They gave this girl to this monster just like she was candy. What grandma would be like once you told the girl she can't go, did she set her tail down? What grandma sit there and say, okay, you can go. I mean, I told you you can't go. And you know that this is a monster. Why would you tell her, girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere?
I know grandmama feeling, sort of bad herself right now.
Right.
I know she just like it not only ever snatched her back.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, I know she praying about that too. Trying to lift her spirit up from all of that around her.
Right.
And what she hears about me and what she probably knew from the start.
Right.
But our children, they only listen to us when we talk like we got sense.
Right.
They feel like we talking with no sense. You don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, I hope that mama takes it hard. And you know what I mean, that we training.
Learn something. Exactly. Learn something from all of this. Yeah.
But be okay, grandmama. It'll be okay. God got you, baby. He got you.
Yeah.
When you all have a beautiful, peaceful day.
All righty.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Okay. Thank you. Let me see here. Something. Let me put it back in the chat. Grandma didn't want to be bothered, or she couldn't control them. She probably couldn't control them. I'm just saying, she probably could not control that girl. She probably could not control that girl. Go ahead, Tina Powers. Call on in. She was calling in and we were busy. Thank you for the update. I really didn't need that, but thank you anyway. You got to know when to speak. Go ahead, because I already know on the trial they're just gonna have some people, and I can go back and get it. But thank you anyway. Go ahead, Tina. She called in a couple of times. I couldn't answer the phone. Sometimes when people be calling in, they be just, they like me. I let them get it on out. I'll let them get it on out. Come on, Tina. Come on and call. Who is Mr. Brinks? Mr. Brinks was the guy that happens to going down that street. He said he was on his way to work, so it had to be in between 4 and 5 o'clock. He had to be at work at 5. That he seen this black guy on the side of the road. He stopped and helped pull his car out the ditch. And he said that Henry tried to give him $100. He offered him $100 3, 4 times, but he didn't take it. He was like, the car was clean. He didn't see nothing, didn't smell nothing. Henry smelled good, and the car was really clean and all this other stuff. He was like tripping. Okay. And the sad thing about it is the burgundy, where they call the purple Malibu. I mean, not the Malibu, but the Impala. That's the girlfriend's car. And Henry had this nice looking black car. When he went and picked up them kids, he wanted to look extra special good. He got gold teeth, this nice, I can't remember what kind of car that black car is. Somebody in the chat, please tell me what kind of car, the black car, what kind of black car was that anyway? But it's got queens and kings on there like he's something. Yes. A Camaro. Thank you. That Camaro was clean. Now, that's what was clean. That's a nice looking car. Not a Charger, Soldier Girl. It was a Camaro. See there? Glad. See, you learned something today. With Tina Powers, I know she probably is at work. No, she's not at work. She's on her break. Oh, she could be. No, she's not at work. She done called in twice. But anyway, you guys, so if you ever think about going back and looking at something, there's 2 videos you need to look at. The girlfriend's video, because she comes in there wobbling like she disabled and she mentally retarded and she don't know where her seat is and she can't speak, and oh my God, I just want to take my hands and wrap it around her neck. Not in a loving way. That's what I want to do. Because DL said today she kept going to both windows to see where they were at and what they were doing. And I think DL don't know, but it wasn't daylight. I think he don't remember if it was daylight or not. So he's trying to answer the question. But hey, Miss Tina Powers, how you doing?
All right. How you?
I'm good.
All right. So me and you talked a little bit about this morning, about the case and, what it's doing and all this and all that. And I promise I ain't going to have a potty mouth on this chat, but my thing is, the girlfriend could have saved this baby's life.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And, I guess she feels bad, now. I don't know, because I'm just speculating, But, Henry Dinkins is going down, girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. If this judge do not send him to the clinker, then he will not be a judge next year. I guarantee you that. I will protest myself to get him off. I'm serious. I don't even live there, wherever they live, in Iowa, but I'll guarantee you, I would protest that he don't need to be a judge if he don't see between all of this mess. Henry's sitting there looking like a girl. He looks so weird. He's a weirdo.
He looks like a geek who walks the daggone street.
How can you sit there after you did this to this baby, and then you don't mind your son traumatized to this? Don't even worry about Aisha, whatever the mama name is, Aisha, whatever her name is. I'm not even studying her. She just a mother trying to take care of her kids and work or whatever. She made a bad decision, but she already knew that this man was a pedophile. Let me tell you something. We talked and everything, but you know what? My son's daddy used to come over here to pick him up. Girl, and sometimes he come over here drunk. Girl, you know, even though that he's got a court order that he can have the kid certain time, certain day, I didn't send him my kid because he drunk. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And you know, I don't care. You're gonna put me in jail. But this man is drunk. So you know, we went to court and all this other stuff because he come over arguing and fighting. I just told the judge he can't come back over to my house because he want to fight and stuff. But I can't send my kid with him because he's drunk. Let him pick him up at the court, at the police department. That way, if he's drunk, y'all can stop him. Because if you let my kid go while he drunk, y'all gonna be responsible. But you can't court order me to give my kid to this drunk man because today is his day to see this kid. So as soon as we got that handle where he had to go pick the kid up at the police station, do you know he never did pick his kid up no more?
Wow.
Maybe, you know, because he was drinking a lot. Now, he wasn't like that when we met. He wasn't a drunk when we met. But for some reason, when he come over, all I smelled was liquor. And him acting a fool. And I don't know if he was doing liquor and drugs or whatever, but I'm not going to hand you my baby.
No, you did the right thing, Esty, because I wouldn't have done that either.
See what I'm saying? I don't care, you the daddy.
No.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't care. If you cannot do something good in this child's life, then just stay away. You know, just stay away.
And you know, for real, and I'm not what you call that, child examiner or whatever you want to call it, child psychologist. But, you know, and I want to do this. You know, I want to get in DL's mental state. And I do so bad, you know, because, and the reason why I say that is because I wonder what he's thinking. You know, he's not going to tell you what he's thinking. He's not going to come out and say it. But I do know that he's feeling some type of way now.
And you know what? He's still a baby. He's still just 11. My grandson is 15, and he gonna sometimes when I tell him, you remember we went to there, he added some stuff in there, and I was like, that didn't happen, or that did happen, or he changed some stuff, and I'd be like, no, boy, where are you coming from with this? I mean, that's what kids do. They
add on, they make up,
they had time to think about it. Things didn't change. That's why that particular day when they interviewed DL at the police station, that nobody got to him yet.
Right.
Nobody told him about no knife, and that's what gave them the okay to go into that RV because he said he seen a knife.
Yep.
So if anybody want to get mad at themselves because had not been for that boy seeing, he did see a knife. Now he said it was purple and the rag was purple, and then they said it wasn't no purple rag, and then the lady said, yeah, it was one.
Well, right, I see that. You're right. I did see that. And I heard every bit of the testimony today. Now, Waters, he need to go sit his head behind down somewhere. You know, his lawyer, he needs to go sit down and shut up.
Exactly.
I think that Miss Cunningham, I think that's Breasia's, you know, that's what what's her name? Breasia. That's her lawyer, okay? So she's doing a fantastic job.
Doing a wonderful job, Miss Cunningham.
Yes, Miss Cunningham, yes. Now,
she got that soft voice, make you want to be like, oh, Miss Cunningham, you don't even look like your voice.
Right. You give me a case, honey,
You know, she has that voice when she says, the judge says, okay, sustain. She doesn't get mad or anything. She just comes back and be like, okay, so tell me, did you see this or whatever? And I'm like, this woman is good.
Yes, she is brilliant. I like her. I love her.
She wants justice for this baby, and nothing is making her come out of her character.
No, now, like I said, Waters, we need to take his tail down.
Now,
Take that bozo with you.
the defense, he's trying to rebut everything that's said and mix it up, because you know, in anything you can act like you don't understand. You know, I had a neighbor next door come over to my property, cut my yard, and when I went over there to tell her to don't do it, she was like, but I'm your neighbor. And I was like, I don't care. And then she was like, that's what neighbors do. Look, woman, stay away from my house. But you got poison ivy. Leave it alone. It's Mother Nature. Couldn't. And she was like, but you don't like people. If you don't, I had to walk away from her because everything she said makes no sense. When I'm telling you to stay off my property, you're still sitting there acting like you have the right to come over and do what you want. I don't like to talk to people like that.
No, I don't either.
I had to walk away. I said, stay away from my property. Stay off my property. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if I have poison ivy. I have peaches and oranges and apples. Don't give you the right to come over here, do what you want to do because you're not helping me.
Right, exactly.
You just killed my grass. You cut my grass to the dirt and you got weeds over there. And your weeds is green, but it's weeds. It's not grass, but I have grass and you can't cut grass to the dirt. You just killed my grass. You talking about I can buy you some grass seed. You can't plant grass this late. So I've got a whole straight line of dirt. And she want to sit there and make it seem like she was in the right. This is how this detective is. I mean, not the detective, but the defense. It's like, it's okay that, okay, this is a kid, but he said this. He said he seen blood, but was there any blood? Okay. He's just trying to fill in the gap.
Henry, you going down. You going down, baby. You are going down. Because it's too much. There's too much.
It's way too much. And they got the body.
Yeah.
They got probable cause.
Yes.
They can't say that there was bleach on there, but the clothes had changed. The shorts in front of her shorts is discolored. I don't think her mama would or anybody would let her go somewhere with discolored shorts in the front. So we know what that is. We know that's bleach, and that's what you. And here's the other thing. So when we're looking at the timeline, okay, so the man says that he was going to work. It was between 4 and 5 o'clock, 4 a.m. to 5 o'clock a.m. He's going to work. The girlfriend says that she seen the girl standing by the car between 3 and 3:30. DL says that he woke up and it was sunlight, which we know that the sun didn't rise until 5:37 on up, right?
Right.
So if that man Brinks is telling the truth, then the girl had to die. Breasia had to die between the girlfriend 3:30. But see, DL said, I seen him going down the stairs. I seen my sister. He said, I peeked and I seen at 5:30. There's no way you could have seen this at 5:30 because the man Brinks said he was going to work between 4 and 5. See what I'm saying?
Right.
And there could not have been daylight because only time there's daylight is the sun got to rise.
Right.
You can't have daylight and the sun ain't wrong. He said it was daylight. and kids get stuff like that mixed up. So I don't look at him like he's trying to lie. I just don't think he knows. You know what I'm saying? Like, was it daylight? Or did I think he's just trying to answer every question he can, like he can help. He's when the girl asked him, help me, I'm trying to help your mom, you know? And where's this little Vince at?
Wait, that's right. I'm trying to understand. Okay, so where's little Vince at?
Because remember, they had went over to little Vince's house earlier, and little Vince was supposed to be driving the car when he was up there at the police station. And yeah.
There's some mess about this.
Exactly. But that's what they're looking at. That's why the defense is talking about when DL said he seen his sister going down the stairs and it was daylight at 5:30, and the man turns around and say he had to be at work at 5 o'clock. So that doesn't add up, you know.
That don't add up with a can of paint.
All right. We got a sister coming in the live. Her name is Rachel.
And thank you for letting me be on the panel.
All righty. Thank you, Tina. All right, Miss Rachel, we got you in the building getting 2 points.
It's me again.
How you doing, sister?
I'm good. It's me again. I was just trying to come in because I heard you talking about. Remember, DL was saying that remember the lawyer corrected it. He said the light must have been shining. Remember she was saying that she corrected him. He was saying the light was shining in the bedroom. Remember, because he was saying it was light outside. So he was saying his sister was going down the stairs with his father.
Okay.
It was getting sun outside. They were saying maybe because the light was shining inside the bedroom.
Oh.
So that's why they thought it was light outside. So that's why DL must have got it confused with the sun coming in. It was a light shining into the bedroom.
That makes sense.
From the street. So he probably thought it was light outside.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's why he got it confused.
Oh wow, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you caught that.
Yeah, because I was saying the same thing. I'm like, if you were sleeping and it was like, maybe it was a street because there were street lights outside of the bedroom, so he probably thought it was light outside, thinking that, but it was really still dark out.
Right.
When he left with his sister.
Cool. So
yeah.
Okay, I'm glad that you corrected that, and that does make a little bit more sense to me.
Yeah.
And so we can't look at like I said, DL. I don't think he's trying to lie. I think he's just trying to answer the questions, but they're not being in, like I said, more specific when they're talking to him. So he's just trying to answer. And so
it's so confusing, and he was getting really frustrated because he's getting like questioned all over the place, and he's trying to answer the questions, and I feel he was just getting so frustrated and aggravated. That's the whole point.
Right. What do you think about this Brinks that left this recording of him getting somebody out the ditch at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning? Did you see
which one? The man, the guy who was on the which one? The man who he said got him. The one who he offered $100 to. The one he offered $100 to.
Yeah.
I believe him because that's the one who said he had the mole on his face, right? That's who identified the mole.
Right.
I mean, I believe him. He wouldn't make that up.
But did you watch his whole his mannerism when he was in the interrogation room, where he's sitting there with his hands behind his head like this was a day in the park, and he was just talking about it? And I mean, like, you just helped a person that allegedly killed somebody and you helped them out the ditch, and now all of a sudden, I don't know if you heard, but Mr. Brinks passed away June of this year, right before court, right before trial. And not only that, he's only 48 years of age.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think I heard that he did pass away. So the recording that we saw of him, that's the one who had passed away. That we had that recording that helped Dinkins out of the ditch, right?
Right. But he just passed away. He just passed away June of this year.
Oh wow. Wow. Oh
right,
wow.
right before court. Right before this trial. June, I can't remember what date it was. If somebody can help me in the chat. But June of this year, 2023, he passed away. And he's only now remember, like I said, his mannerism, he wasn't a guy that like stressed out. When he was in the interrogation, he had his feet all up, kicked back, hands all up in his air, like he didn't have a worry in the world. But this man passed away from a heart attack. He's only about 48 years of age.
Wow. And I wonder, because his case was coming up, he got kind of frantic.
That's what my homegirl said. She's like, maybe he got all upset about the case. And I was like, or maybe somebody helped him with his heart attack. Because it's easy to give a person a heart attack. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's certain things out there that you can give a person and they'll have a heart attack.
To come and testify. Right. Yeah.
And the judge did not allow some information to be, there was a motion to take out some information because they didn't have substantial evidence to prove that this person died. This, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what the autopsy says, but it's under investigation. But it's so soon that the judge could not rule it to be presented.
Oh, okay.
Like his death, or whatever. It's just weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, he could have died going, oh my God, I helped this. But he just didn't seem like a guy that had a lot of stress to me.
Right. He was really laid back. Yeah. Even in the video when he was telling what happened, he was pretty laid back too. But I kind of like believed his testimony. I didn't think he had anything to lie about, right? You think so?
Well, everybody talking about this $100. Because remember the kid, DL.
Because even DL would mention $100 too.
$100. But DL said the $100 was for the fishermen.
For the fishermen, the 6 fishermen, yeah.
So I'm thinking this guy said, well, he offered me $100 and this, that, and the other. And I'm just thinking, who in their right minds when you're there?
Your key? I bring it to you when I go inside. Oh, you don't want to oh, thank you. I didn't even see that. Thank you. Sorry, I'm at work and I had to have my key to get back in the building. But yeah, so I was wondering, like, DL mentioned $100. What about the special $100? I'm so curious about the special $100.
I know. I was telling my girlfriend, everybody gonna get $100. But and like, how do he when he went to the store and bought the bleach, he bought the bleach with $100 bill.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I thought it was the $50 bill he gave into the gas station. What was the $50 bill? Was the gas station? I know he had a 50 too. Well, he had a 50 also.
Was that after he broke the $100?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know he had a $50 somewhere too. The $50 he bought because he had because I think the gas came to like $30-something, and then he bought the cigarettes and the lighter. And then he gave the cashier like $50 for that. And then I didn't even know he gave for a bottle of bleach. Really, he gave $100 for that. Okay, I didn't even know.
We're gonna have to go back and take a look at that because
did you finally hear what I was telling you, SP, at the testimony today? The defense asked the lady if DL asked him was his girlfriend there when DL said that Andrea and him was there when he shot his sister? Did you finally hear that today?
I didn't hear it.
When I was telling you today, the defense asked the lady if DL told her if he witnessed the girlfriend Andrea and um the girlfriend and him at witnessed him shoot his sister. I remember I was talking about when I called the last time that DL was on a witness stand and said him and his girlfriend witnessed him shooting his sister. So I was asking you if you, because today the defense asked the special victim lady who's on the stand today. The defense asked her again, and she said no. DL didn't tell her that. I was hoping you. I was wondering if you heard that today because he asked her to clarify that on the stand today, but you didn't hear.
Okay.
But yeah, she did.
I'm gonna
But
have
you have to. Yeah, today he asked her that today on the stand, and she said no. DL didn't mention that. But I wanted. I was good. That's why I got on today to ask you if you heard it. Yeah, I was like, I wonder if SP on and she heard that, but you didn't hear it then. Cause yeah, the defense. He mentioned it today on the stand, and she said no. He didn't ask her that. But also today, right now, the prosecution is also mentioning because he's trying to get acquittal. The defense is trying to get acquittal today because they didn't find no by the judge, they didn't find no DNA, no gun, no this, no that, no this, no that. And I'm like, dude, he not getting off. What are you talking about? I mean, of course you're not gonna find nothing. I mean, everything has, wiped away. DNA have wiped away, but there's evidence.
right.
I mean, there's other evidence. He's buying bleach. He have an RV. I mean, it's other evidence. There's bleach stain on her. There's stains. I mean, there's stuff there that shows that they have you driving back and forth. They have you on camera at Walmart. They have you at the gas station. They have the girlfriend seeing you leave the house at 3 a.m. They have the grandmother showing you took the kids. I mean, you had these children.
Right.
They
Right.
also have. She said they also have you. Also, they also have him. She was saying too, sexually assaulting her. She said today too, because I got off the line real quick to go listen, and they also have evidence of him sexually assaulting her. Cause
Hmm.
in the bone, they said something about in the front. That's why they had the bleach stain in the front of her shorts.
Mm-hmm.
The stain of her fading in her shorts. She
Mm-hmm.
was just saying that because when he said something about the secretion when it go through the shorts in the bone, it settles in the bone. Something about our bone marrow, it
Mm-hmm.
settles there. So whatever accretions is settled into the bone, and she said she was going to mention that later on in her testimony. When it goes further, that it settles in our bone. So I never knew DNA settled in the bone and that don't go away. You know,
Well,
so I mean, I didn't know he sexually assaulted her. I
yeah.
mean, that's crazy. He actually raped her. And because she was saying because she's a good girl and she was sexually assaulted, she was gonna tell her mother. So it's like he had to get rid of her. He had to kill her. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
that's really a shame, you
Yep.
know? That
Yeah.
is really a shame. And like you were just saying, that how can you let your daughter go with a man that that was a sexual predator, a rapist, a monster, you know? I would
Right.
have told my daughter, little girl, sit your butt down. You ain't going. Or as a grandmother, girl, get your butt in the room. You're 10. How old you are? Go in the room. You're a little girl. You're not grown. He
Right.
gonna go. He gonna go with his father. You're gonna stay a little bit in the room. You be mad for a little while, but you're gonna live. Whatever
Yes.
whatever you have on your mind, you get over it. You'll get
Right.
over it. You know what I'm saying? After a while, she'll be happy. She'll get over it
Exactly.
because right now she'll be alive today. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But she'll get over it. Go play. Go to your room. Go to sleep. Go sleep it off.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Our children will love us later. Go to sleep.
Exactly.
You'll
My
love us
goodness.
more. You know?
Exactly. That's a mother. That's where you have your mother wit to know when to let your child go or not go.
Yeah, because I have boys, and I tell, and I protect my boys like I protect my girls, because you know what I mean. Go to sleep, go sleep it off. You'll be okay. You'll be
Yeah.
okay.
Yes. Be
You'll be
mad.
all right. You'll be mad for a little while. You'll be all right. You know what I mean? It's just
Exactly.
like I said, this case will take a toll on me, SP, but it's like it make us protect our children even more.
Yes.
Even our kids that's not even ours,
Right.
protect them more too. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? You see
Yes.
a little kid in the street, you'll grab them real quick. Because you don't know these days who looking at our little kid, our little children, at our little kids. And
Exactly.
just to know, I want her to have justice, and I just hope. I mean, is this a judge case or a jury case?
This
Is it
is a
judge?
judge.
A judge, and I just
Yeah.
hope the judge do the right thing.
Yes.
I just hope he does the right thing.
Okay.
And I just wanted to come on and just talk to you for talk to everybody for a while, and just to tell you about it was the light that that, because I was listening and I heard the like I said, that lady go on the stand, and she was like, the light was shining in his face, so he might have thought it was the sun, but it was actually the light that thought that he thought it was light
Yeah,
outside.
that could
Yeah,
make sense. That could
yeah,
make sense. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that's what happened. I'm about to go back inside to work. I'm let the next person speak. I'm going to continue to listen, okay?
All
And
right.
and and talk into the chat.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right.
Excuse
You're
me,
welcome.
Miss Rachel.
Hi. Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank
Hi.
you, because I was coming on to say the exact same thing that you just got finished saying.
Oh, okay. You're
Uh,
welcome.
but SP, I agree with Miss Rachel. I
Okay.
believe Mr. Brinks' testimony.
You do.
I do.
Uh,
The
I
Have a
I'm
have
gonna
a
I'm
have a
gonna tell
good day,
you.
Miss Lisa, and have a good day, Miss SP.
All right,
I'm
Miss
going
Rachel,
to the
you
chat.
too.
Okay.
I
so
do. I do, because DL in today's testimony, as the detective was on the stand,
yes.
they asked her, and she said DL did tell her that no. She said no, that DL didn't tell her that Andrea, Breasia, and Henry, all four of them left, and DL and Andrea witnessed him kill Breasia. And that's what the defense lawyer asked the detective. And she said no, DL didn't tell her that. So he said, well, did he ever tell you that he witnessed uh Breasia being killed? And she said no, he never witnessed that. But
Right.
what we have to remember is, at the time that this child was being questioned, he was 8 years old.
Yes.
He is now 11.
Mm-hmm.
The defense lawyer, I don't care for him very much.
Right.
He tries to, as I have been watching this case, he has tried to entrap every witness that they have called.
Yeah. And
Which I mean, okay, he's doing his job.
yeah.
He's doing. State's paying him good. He's earning his money. But I mean, Stevie Wonder's blind. He can see that Henry's guilty.
Yeah. But is it enough? Because when Rachel just said he's got an RV, okay, he's got an RV.
Mm-hmm.
Only evidence that they have is everyone's testimony on the substantial evidence. He was, the phone was cut off.
Right.
There's no DNA.
Right.
No one is a credible witness that's seen this act.
Right.
So what do they have?
Well, I'm no lawyer, but just from based off of what I'm hearing, I feel like they have enough evidence. Now, again, this is a judge trial.
This is why he picked a judge because
he knew, and his lawyer knew. They knew going into trial. You ask for a judge trial. Don't ask for a jury because we're gonna end up. All you gotta do is put doubt in one of the jurors' mind, and that's a hung jury.
Well, true that, but you got a 10-year-old girl that's passed away that was in your that was in your company and all this other stuff. But one person can persuade everybody to do the right thing because there's pressure and everybody knows about the trial. But if you get a judge gotta go by facts and evidence. And what evidence do they have? What's the evidence? I'm not saying that I believe that the judge is going to do this, but a judge, if you got the wrong judge that goes by just evidence, where is the evidence?
I understand what you're saying. I don't know. I'm guessing what the evidence that they keep presenting in these pictures. I'm not sure. I don't know.
There's no DNA.
There's no DNA because the DNA, as I was listening Thursday, Friday. I don't understand all of this scientific stuff, but as they were explaining on the stand, the little man was explaining the other day, when you pour bleach on the blood, it kills it. So there is, it does away with it. There is no more DNA, and that made me think, well, maybe Henry done researched this and knew bleach gets rid of all the evidence.
Yeah.
But I have a question because I haven't heard it mentioned. They said that when they found Breasia's remains, she was wearing black shorts and a Henry Dinkins 4X t-shirt.
Yes.
Where was this child's underclothes at? She took a shower, supposedly, before they went to bed. Are you telling me that she didn't put no underwear on? She just put them shorts on?
I didn't hear nothing about the undergarment pants. I did hear something about they did
in that
right
on that channel within that chat. I'm looking at some of the comments, and I heard it mentioned in there, but I haven't heard it come out in court at all.
They said that they found a little undershirt, like a bra.
Like a bra.
Yeah. But no, I haven't heard nothing about any panties.
That's weird to me.
Yeah.
I understand he sexually assaulted her, but what the hell did you... So you got rid of her underwear, the gun, the blood? He knew what the heck he was doing.
Yeah, I can't see this.
I agree with you. He preyed on that baby.
Because little girls usually, even if they dirty panties, they gonna put the panties on.
Right.
But no panties at all.
I'm sorry. Something ain't, as you say, something ain't right in that milk.
Right. Right.
Well, that's all I wanted to say.
Well, I appreciate you, Lisa Calhoun. I got you down. Got you 2 points in there. Got you in there.
Yes, ma'am. Hi. All right. I love you.
I love you too.
All right, I'm going back in the chat.
All righty. Hey, LaKendra. LaKendra's in the building. How you doing? So what is the defense saying happened to her? Well, they haven't brought their people in yet. The prosecutor is, I think they're going to rest today, and then the defense is going to bring in their people, so we're going to hear the other side. Sugar Mama called in. Call on back on in, Sugar Mama. This is last call for the day. Last call, no alcohol, but call on in, Sugar Mama. Let's get yours in there. Put your name is already down on the list. So let's see. Matter of fact, I need to put everybody a 1 in there so that I won't use your name and everybody's got that. So call in points is adding up. Sugar Mama, I need you to call on in. We're 1 hour and 15 minutes into this conversation. You guys, no defense has no one. Sol McCray says no defense has no one. He pleaded the fifth and has no defense. Wow, okay. Well, we'll see. I think the defense is going to call in a witness or two of some people that can, some expert witnesses. They normally call some people in that will rebuttal some of the experts saying. Let's see here. We got Miss Val that came into the live. What's going on, Miss Val?
Yeah, I was listening and getting caught up. I think it was me and I think it was Miss Sonja the other day when we were saying, and you too, how Dinky
Hold on,
is
Sugar Mama. I was telling Sugar Mama, hold on. Go ahead, Miss Val.
yeah, how he comfortable sitting there and he taking his notes and stuff. We came to our conclusion, our own conclusion. This is just our opinion that he has committed this type of act with result in these babies passing on, and he just this is the first time he done got caught up with the deceased baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
me and Sonya, we agreed on me and you. We talked about it because he's too comfortable sitting there. And I mean, like he's attorney himself and he's important. That is a sick individual. What you think about it?
Yeah, he's very sick. I wonder what happened to that 5-year-old.
Yeah, yeah. Because you've seen, I think it was the prosecutor. Davis had some more clothing. You see when they brought up that pair of shorts and another shirt. It wasn't a 4X t-shirt. Did anybody hear that? And
Yeah.
they was like, it wasn't his DNA and none of Briasia's DNA was on there. So it's another thing. They're investigating these different cases, whomever the deceased is, or they're looking into him because they may have a baby serial killer on their hands.
Yeah, he's very comfortable about
Yeah,
what happened and sitting there looking like
a
somebody.
boogie bear.
Yeah.
A
Like
darn.
we should feel sorry for him and he
Uh,
didn't do anything.
no, I don't. I don't. Because when they were showing that baby's remains, when they picked up that showed that skeleton, I started crying. I had to get off. I said no, because I know stress will run me into another heart attack. So yeah, stress can cause you to have a heart attack. It'll contribute to it. So when I seen that, I said, wow. I honestly had to take a break and wait till they got past that part. I said, 'cause that one was really disturbing. But he sit there like he's a surgeon and he's all good.
Right.
I said, how can you sit there and not cry, not blink, nothing? You act like I'm the one important here. They need to make sure this man is held accountable for his action. I don't care if it's one or two. Any baby he have touched, he needs to be held accountable. And not no 5 years or no slap on his wrist. No, you make sure he never gets out again. Because nobody here will be safe.
Exactly.
Nobody
Exactly.
here. Well, I'm gonna get back in the chat because I want you to say I had a lot to say today.
All right. Thank you, Miss Val.
Okay, lady. I'm back in the chat. Bye bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. Sugar Mama, we got you in there. What's going on? What's on your mind?
What's on my mind? Well, I'm keeping it real. This man, he doesn't deserve 3 square meals, neither a shower. And he's sitting down there with his lips all cocked up like, what the hell you're talking about? He is guilty as
I don't know. You know, when she was in when the mother and the boy DL was in the interrogation room, she was sitting there, and DL was 8, and they had a Mickey Mouse and a Minnie Mouse doll sitting on the table, and he grabbed them and he was hugging them. This is how young this baby, even though he's 8, he still grabbed the dolls and hugged them and was holding on to them. And I said, this is still a baby. In his mind, he's still a baby.
Yeah.
And she said, the mother said, I didn't think none of it. When my mother called me, she was like, well, he took Breasia too. And she was like, yeah, I needed a break. What? You should have said, what? Let me get off work right now and go get my child from him, because no, he can't spend, we know what he's about. But she got off work and went home and got some clothes for the kid.
Yeah. And when he turned around and he told her, and she turned around and she told him, you're joking. And he's like, no, it's not a joke. I'm like, Heifer, please, come on. This is a sexual predator.
Yeah.
Come on. And he sat down, dead man, top from the grave. This man that was in the interrogation room and he died, let him rest in peace, is Brianna Angel. Justice for her. When the man said about the Impala got stuck and blah, 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 and he offered the man $100, and the man turned on and tell him, no, give the $100 to somebody that's going to need it.
Yeah.
And pulled out the car and everything. And when they showed before they showed the picture, yes, before they showed Henry picture, then the man had already described an African American male, heavy, blah, 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 and the mole on his nose.
Right.
And he sat there like, are you serious? Yes, we're serious.
Right.
This man did it. Hopefully they will start, the prosecutor, oh yes, she was on the ball. She laid everything down for the judge and everything. He did it.
Well.
And that statement he made in prison, oh, they're never going to find him.
Well, I think they're going to find him. I think they're going to find him guilty, but he may, they're going to find him guilty because his car was there. The guy left a interview recording saying that he helped him out the ditch where the girl was found. And that sealed the deal right there. Because when DL said that he seen him shoot his sister, that I thought, wow. But I said that DL wasn't acting like he just seen this happen, and why he didn't tell his mama and where she was at, why he didn't do all of that. I couldn't understand it, because I believe DL, being a child, is trying to fill in the gaps. He wasn't doing it intentionally to hurt anybody. He know what his father's done. He knows a liar when he sees a liar, and he's done lied, and he tried to make his son even be a witness for him, like, oh, I went fishing with 6 men, and and we had one pole, and I had to pay $100 for, like all kind of stuff. And the boy trying to answer these questions, and he doesn't make any sense to nobody, because he's a kid, and kids think different. They talk different. They don't think some things are more important. Like when he said, I turned on his phone in the car. And then when he came back, I turned it off. That's the best thing you could have told us.
He stick the battery right back in the phone, and there it is.
Because nobody knew he just went and bought bleach. But you didn't even know he bought bleach. But you know that y'all went to Walmart. But now we can confirm you was at Walmart, because you turned that phone off and played a game and then turned it off. And that's all we needed.
That's all we needed. And you know what? The fact that he went to Walmart this early in the morning.
7 o'clock.
Did not even open yet. He went back there twice.
Well, tell me this, Sugar Mama. What was the emergency that you're there before Walmart opened to get bleach? That's what's so weird. I'm not going to be standing outside of Walmart or Dillon's to buy bleach. Now, to maybe buy a pork chop or a Lunchable or something, but bleach, you there before it even opened up to buy bleach? Come on now. Of bleach. Yep.
I remember when I was working at we're getting ready for inspection and stuff like that, and when we have to clean up all the dosing stations and stuff like that, we used to put how much percent of bleach and how much percent of water. And this is bleach. Bleach will kill anything.
Exactly. Yep.
And what you know, and the grandmama and stuff like that, and you know what I like when the little boy turned around and said, when they turned around and they asked him, well, how he knew, he turned around and he said, oh, he lay there like he was asleep.
Yep. That's why I tell people all the time, all eyes that's closed ain't sleep. You know, walls do have ears. Like you can't just even when you're trying to get away from a kid to speak, you got to be careful what to say, when to say, and who you're talking to, because kids is walking recorders.
Yes, he was laying there like he was asleep, and he heard his father talking to the little girl, and so then they asked him what they were talking about, and he said cars.
Cars.
The only thing I didn't like, the lady that was questioning the little boy, she was just putting a rush on him. There was a time when he said, "Why are you asking me all this?" You know, and she was just pressurizing him, but he stuck to his story because he know what he saw.
Exactly.
This would send him to somewhere like Colorado, New York, and these places. Yes.
Rikers Island.
Yes. And all you have to do is drop the soap. They playing him big and macho now. Well, guess what? All they have to do is hold him by one of his locks and hey, drop the soap and there it is. And he's sitting there like, are y'all really saying this thing? And I did this thing. His body language says it all.
Right, but that's not, you know, when we're looking at jury trials or we're looking at a judge trial, there's a difference when there's a judge there and not a jury. There's a difference, and the judge has to go by the evidence. So it's not like this is a, you know, like this is a home run because we're dealing with a judge, and the judge has to see if there's enough substantial evidence.
There is. The little boy didn't know. They didn't turn around and say nothing about he was shot. And when they found the body, they found the projectiles and everything and the bullet. There it is. Everything is big stink ass man. I'm sorry. Looking at on his face like, ain't y'all feeling sorry for me? No one like me. Just put the gasoline on him and I light the match.
Exactly. Okay.
That's all I have to say. And family, this is a good topic. So hey, let's hit the thumbs up.
Yeah, hit the thumbs up. Thank you.
Hit the thumbs up. 100.
100%.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
bye-bye. Bye-bye. Man, you guys, this is a good topic. I love it. We will be back on let's see, Wednesday on the 30th. We will see what's going to go on in the next 2 days. I put on there the 12th day. This is the trial day 12. It's actually day 13. I'm not going to go back and change it. I'm just not going to do that anyway, because we touched on what was happening on the 12th day, which was last Friday, and we're touching on today. But anyway, you guys, we're going to get back in there and see what else they're going to say. we'll be talking about the same thing. And I want you guys to know, if you don't know, that AllishaWatts, they found her body and they have arrested the boyfriend, and he was supposed to show up in court. So we're watching that too. We're gonna get off into that if this close real quickly, and we're gonna follow that case. But you guys, I'll see you guys Wednesday, same time, same place. We'll be talking about the same case to see what happens, because this is learning. And if you don't even know who's right or who's wrong, you at least know how this works. And talk to your kids, talk to your grandkids, tell them to be watchful, because this is the world we live in right now. And the ones that love you, that's close to you, statistics says those are the ones that will hurt you first. Bye.